Good evening and welcome back to Timberborn, here with our 3x3 playthrough, and I want to change some things. It's not quite cycle 20 yet. We have 1.7 days till the drought starts. Don't know how long the drought's going to be, but I've been looking at things. I've been looking at this and I've been trying to make decisions and I want to change things. So I'm coming in now to do it before it builds completely. Because we need things. The first thing I want to do, however, is I want to put in a mini storage for this spade dock. We've used up all the spade dock. It is gone. We can destroy this now. Goodbye. We've got all this stuff down here. And I want to pick up the spade dock because it's all sat on the floor. And our beavers can't pick it up and put it in the grills to do it because there's no storage. They have to pick up off the ground and place in a storage. So we're going to get a small warehouse. Put that there. Changes to spade dock. There you go. Okay, spade dock on there. There's a few other things we want to do as well. Over here, it was suggested in the comments last episode. Thank you very, very much for suggesting it. This should be changed to be scrap metal, so that our mine can always have somewhere to dump the scrap metal. Nice and happy, nice and easy, simple. And then we want to grab another storage and put it next to it, and this can be for logs, which would be fantastic, and then we can export logs out if we need to. So awesome. Okay, speaking of which, how many logs do we have? We have one. How many logs do we have here? So if we got under 100, we should be exporting them. So you should be picking up and exporting them. You might not be doing it because you might not have enough beavers. You've only got 2 beavers, that's fine. You do have 13 spare beavers. I'm going to make this like the lowest priority and then just crank it up. That's going to stay as standard, that's fine, blah blah blah. I also updated the district migration settings, so we now have 18 beavers over here. We do have a kit which is one beaver is sleeping rough over here at the moment, but that makes sense. And I've done that because there is another suggestion from the previous video that I really like as well. I have been building the houses in the main district all this time based on the cycle. So when cycle 20 comes along, we will get house number 20 in here, which would be 180 beavers. But we have more than that because we have 2 houses over here. So the suggestion was to build the house, here as normal, put the house in here, boom, but then pause it, or pause 2 of them, or pause whatever, pause them, so that we have 2 over here. And if we then remove the 2 over here, we can just unpause the houses and away we go. Sorted. Nice and easy. So that makes sense. That makes sense in my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pause one of these houses straight away like this. Because we've got 16 beds and people can find somewhere to live. Should go down to 1. There you go. Boom. And then we put another house in here and we'll pause that one. And then that plus these 2 comes to 180 beavers. And we have that. The only caveat I'm going to add to that is going to be, not right now, but it's going to be that I want to get the happiness equal across all of them. So this one has got a happiness of 13, which means I want to have this one as a happiness 13. There's no reason beavers living out in the sticks should have less amenities than those living in the town. So we will do that. We will export more goods out. But I'm not going to do that right now because obviously spade dock's going to go away. We could get grilled potatoes and stuff going. And we could get bread going when we build the bread. But that's something I want to look at here. So, this here is the big thing. We need more of what we have here. So, my original plan for this was going to be, the reason I started the windmills over here was so that they were far enough away so that we could build in this whole section here. And then somebody suggested that I should put the windmills in here to get power to them quicker, closer. And I did that, and I regret doing that. It was a good idea. I like it was a good idea. But I need to put buildings in here for our production. We need more buildings. We need more buildings in here doing stuff. For instance, the metal mine, requires 1 gear and 1 treated plank every 1.8 hours. Now, this produces 1 gear every 3 hours, which means we need 2 workshops to run the mine. We also need 2 wood workshops to run the mine. That doesn't leave any bonus stuff for us We don't have any extra wood coming in for us. We don't have any extra plank things. There's a little bit. I mean, we're using, like, we get 0.6 every 3 hours. So every 6 hours we might get an extra plank for ourselves. I want more than that. I want to run. I want more. I want more. Simple as that. I want more. So what I want to do is change this up completely. As in, I want to move the windmills, because now I know that when they're above, when they're floating on one tile above, one platform above, they don't interact with buildings that are this tall. They can pass them, is what I mean. You can put them right next to them. The reason I put these two away is so that I thought the buildings here would have space for the windmills. We don't need to do that. So I want to put a windmill here, and then run windmills off to the sides there, and then come back and offside and come back offside and do that. Over here we will have our bots going on here. Up here will be where all our batteries are stored. So that's going there. And then in here we will double all of this. The only drawback is I don't know how I'm going to get power down to it. If I'd have put buildings that were only 3 deep here, then it would have been fine. But I didn't. I put buildings that are 4 deep here. I could move them. I mean, these ones aren't built, so there's no reason why I couldn't move, like, the explosive workshop somewhere else, and then put a gear workshop down here, or that. This one's kind of awkward because I've got to have a path in between for these. It just makes life a little bit awkward for them. So yeah, that's just, they're just awkward. That's why there's a gap on the end here, which is just kind of, it's a little bit annoying, if I'm honest, but I can't do anything about it, so I'm just going to have to deal with it. Unless I put these on the end. Facing long ways, would that work? Let's get rid of these here for the minute. Boom, boom, boom. Go away, 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 go away. Okay, we'll get the goods back on the floor. If you destroy a building that's in the middle of being built, you get 100% of the goods back. If you destroy a building that has been built, you get 75% of the goods back. So if I destroy one of these windmills, I should get 15 gears back, I think. So yeah, gears are the big problem. Gears are one of the big problems we currently have. So we wanna deal with that. So how do we do that? How do we do that? I need to redesign this. I need to, not redesign, I need to lay it out better, because it's done badly. And I think, I mean, I could just reorder some of these. This is not a problem. Reordering these is not a problem. They'll take one out, put it in one, and change around. Although I think they might need another storage somewhere to do it first time, but that's fine. These are the same. We can just reorder them. It's not a problem. So we can do that. So what if we got a paper mill, and we put one on the end? We could put 2 on the ends like this, either end. A paper mill and a paper mill. And the paper mills produce 1 every 1.6 hours, and you use 3 every 3 hours. So isn't it 3 to 2? I think it was. So that's 3.6 hours. You make 4, and you need 3 every 3 hours. So it's a 1-to-1. It's a 1-to-1, and you get a little bit of bonus paper. So it's a 1-to-1. Okay. So if we did that, that would not be there. Actually, that would be there, because there's 2 gaps in between it, because that's just how it works. Also, I don't need to make it this wide. I could make it slightly wider or slightly thinner, or whichever way round we want to do it. It doesn't matter. And then we'd have gear workshops, 2 gear workshops, and then 2 gear workshops here. So this would be symmetrical between the 2. And then we'd have the explosives batteries there and there, which gives us more space on the end there. So we could do more things here. This would be in here. This would be reordering stuff here. So we go that, and we go gear workshop, that like that. Okay. This is weak. That's why that's a different direction. We do also have the printing press, which uses paper to make books. 1 paper every 1.5 hours. That's a 2-to-1. So one of these paper mills can run 2 printing presses. It's unlocked the printing press. let's have a look at this. So this is a 3. Okay. And printing presses you need a lot of. Because beavers eat books. Literally, they eat the books. They eat them. It's very weird. So we could do that. Now, the problem to that is that we have a 4 gap here. And if we do that, we can't get power into these buildings. So I need to put one of these 3 buildings at the end instead. Okay, simple as that. I need to put one of these 3 buildings at the end instead. So what if we went gear workshops on the end? Gear workshops at the end. The printing presses, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which order we do those in. Printing presses, explosive factories, and then we do the paper mills, and like that. The problem to that is we only have 2 paper mills, and that would be you're a 2-to-1, basically a 2-to-1. One paper mill can run 2 printing presses. But one paper mill also basically runs 1 explosive factory. It's slightly under, so we would actually be slightly under on paper. I'd like to get a 3rd paper mill in, but I don't have space for it. Unless we do... Unless we just... let's just expend. Let's just move the path. Expend the path? What was I thinking there? This is there's going to be not a lot of theory in this episode, but there's going to be a lot of me talking. Let's do that, and let's move the path up to there, like that. Okay. Okay. And then let's basically get rid of all this and redo it. Yeah. Let's get rid of all this and redo it over here. And I don't mind doing it this way because we have 2 gears spare. I don't know whether the gears have probably gone into building these. So there are gears in here. So we will get some gears back and we'll be able to rebuild the windmills straight away. So by destroying them all in one go. I know what you're going to say. You're all going to be like, no, what are you doing? It's what? It done. There we go. Done. Destroy those. Done. There we go. Change all this to be high priority. So they pick them all up. Also, destroy those 2 because we don't need those 2 and make them. Okay. So, the plan. Oh, and this here. The plan. We have to reorder some of these things here, which might mean reordering some of these dogs. Doesn't matter about the storages because we're going to have outputs on this side as well anyway, so they're going to be walking around. It doesn't matter. As long as everything is stored here, it's close enough. So what I'm going to do is we want to have gear workshops down this end. So I want to have one here, one there, and one there. Okay. And then next to that, we're going to have the printing presses, 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. And then next to that, we have the explosive factories, which is 1 and 2. Cool. And because we made this 1 extra wider, we're going to put in printing presses, not printing presses, paper mills, 1, 2, and 3, like that. Okay. I'm going to make all this a lower priority. We just want to make the gear workshops here. We want to make the gear workshops here. I'm not going to destroy any of this just yet. We want to leave it in just for the moment, but this is what's going to be there. And then this side, we're going to go with lumber mills, 1 and 2. And then we do 2 there, which makes 4 lumber mills. And remember, it's 1 lumber mill can deal with 2. So this creates 1 plank in 1.3, and they use 1 plank in 3. So it's 1 lumber mill to 2 gear workshops. So if we have 4 lumber mills and we're going to have 4 workshops, we'll have extra planks coming in. We also need some planks here as well, but that's covered. That's fine. But planks are fine. We then want to go with the woodworking shops, I suppose, next to it. We'll go with the woodwork shops. Yep. 1 and 2, and then next to that we go with the smelters, which are for the things here. Boom and boom, and then we've got gaps on the end. Hadn't thought about that. Oh yeah, because we went 3 wide here. Ah, okay. Maybe we could get more planks. We could put 3 in for planks. Wouldn't hurt, would it? Put 3 in for planks? No, it wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't hurt for 3 planks at all. So we'll do a smelter on the end. So it's going to be the same. We're just going to move the. I need to get that mod what is this? Wood workshop that lets you middle click to copy things. Oh, I want to make this all like stupid low priority, like that. Okay, and this actually wants to be slightly low priority because what we want to build first is the other things. Also, these want to become normal priority because I do actually want to build these now. Are you in range? You are in range. Cool. Okay. Also, you are. Oh yeah, we want scrap metal. Scrap metal is going to go over here, so that's fine. That's not a problem. And then what I want to do is I want to add platforms in here, along here, and we're going to go further down because I have a plan for down here as well. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. We've got a plan for down there as well. I've been thinking a lot whilst I've been watching the game do its thing. We're going to put in a large windmill here. Boom. 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 And I'm going to do it like this because the order you put them down matters. It's the order they build them in. Over the top of that one and over the top of that one like that. Awesome. And then we're going to run a power line all the way through. We'll run it from the center out. Boom. And then we're going to run it along, but I'm also going to put windmills in here. Yeah, why not? Why not put another windmill in there? We got the space for it. We'll put one more windmill in here. We could run. We're going to run maybe a couple more. See how far we can get without leaving the industrial district. Ah, I can't put any in here. I guess they're too tall. I guess those buildings are too tall for it. So let me put them down there, but it won't let me put them. So I guess the back of this building, this wood workshop, is too tall. It looks tall. Okay, okay. So we won't do that. We won't do that. We'll do this instead. We'll remove those. Boom. And then we will come in with our we'll put a cross in case we want to expend it. Expend. What is going on with the word expend today? That's not even a. No, it is a word, but it's not. It's not a. Yeah. And then we'll do a T-junction there, T-junction there, boom, boom, like that. There we go. And that will transfer power between the two. We could run power along here if we wanted to, run power along here if we want to. This will extend the power down the back anyway and along. That's fine. Okay. Priorities. Yeah, build those, build all the windmills and all that first. These are all paused. These can be cancelled. Does mean a lumberyard's not going to get any power for the time being. That's fine. They can probably be scrapped at the moment anyway. Let's scrap them. Yep, should be gone. These can be scrapped as well. Yep. Just scrap all that. Scrap all of it. That's absolutely fine. So, priority rise, I would like to build all of those. That. Then those two. So we get some more gears on the go. And then we're just going to duplicate this this side here. So let's unpause and let's let our beavers do their thing. Way to go. And I put in the duplicates this side here, which would be awesome. Yep, that's what I want to do. Let's up the priority of those here, just so they pick them up. I said I don't know why they would not seem to pick them up unless I make it the high priority, so whatever. So yeah, so they'll build these in here with the stuff that's on the floor because they actually have a place to put them. They have gears can go into this one here, so they can pick them up, put them in the gears, and then use the gears out to build stuff. That'd be great. And then I'll put in the other ones the other side. We can build those, and then everything will be awesome. Okay. So I'm going to let that do its thing, and we'll be back when the drought is finished and cycle 20 has started, because that's really where I should have started this episode, on cycle 20 minutes ago. So we will be right back. And cycle 20 begins. So let's put in a house. Boop. Boop. But we're gonna didn't-ish. But we're gonna pause it because we want it paused. So we now have 180 houses for beavers. 173 plus 7 is 180. So, yay. Okay. Let's put a rooftop terrace on top of that because we're just carrying on with that. It's a good plan. We'll build that. There you go. Awesome. Things have been built over here, but not completely. We've got a couple of the windmills built. Nothing's done. And they were tidying things up. It does appear to be working now. Set them to high priority means that they were actually doing it before the other places. So I don't know whether it was just because maybe my storages were full or I had a small bug or something. I don't know. But now they appear to be picking stuff up off the floor correctly. So I don't need to set high priority for them. And that will mean they will pick them up as and when they need to. So yeah, something else I've been doing down here as well is I've been removing these, doing it one at a time because I want them to pick up like the logs and take them places. And we don't need this separate anymore. It wants to become one giant place. So I'm going to take out all these up to here. That would technically be enough to do it anyway, but I'm going to take out all of them and it should be okay. You reach up to here. I couldn't put a path in to make you reach any further, so yeah, we won't worry about that. Okay, but I just need to wait for this to be built. Basically, we're rebuilding the power system. It's going to take a little while to do. However, I do want to quickly show you my idea for the gravity batteries. Let's unlock gravity batteries. There you go. And my idea is going to be here. So we're going to have along here our water storage. So the water pumps are going to go along here, this area here, which is why this path is here. That's what the water's going to be, and we can run the path there because that's where it's going to be. And then we're going to blow the mountain out all the way back to here, leaving a single line this side of the path here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put gravity batteries up there, and they're going to lower down on top of the paths. Now, to my understanding, they don't block the paths. They will lower down to one tile above the path, so the beavers can still walk underneath them. So that'll be fine. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to have the power come down the center here to connect to the system here. So all these windmills are technically powering this directly, and the batteries, they're amongst the machinery, and then charging the batteries on the side. Not that it matters because it splits the load evenly between everything. Well, it splits the load evenly between all the buildings that are requiring it. Gravity batteries are one that's added in at the end. So if there's any spare power, they charge the batteries. If there's not, they discharge the batteries. So, yeah. So that'd be the plan. So we'd have array platforms on top of here, like this, along here. But we'd have the gravity batteries on top. Like this, going down here. This will all be exposed out and going down. It'll be exactly the same on the other side as well. And then we will have a staircase come up here, and then the power will run down there. And if it wants to, it can run down this side as well for anything down here that needs it. Like, for instance, the grits mill for the wheat, because we have nearly 1,000 wheat stored and we're not using any of it. And I didn't leave any space for it. Probably that's what I should have done here for the lumberjacks. Should have put some grits mill in. But no, we're going to run it down here. So we can blow this up, run it down here, put some grits mills in because power will be down here as well. So that's the plan. But that's for the future. That's not for now. We're going to build a staircase up this side here. Might as well build a staircase now. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. And then... But this side, I don't quite know what I've done here. I don't know why I did a triple and a single. Got up here. I don't know why I just didn't do a triple, double. I don't know what I was thinking there. But I'm gonna leave it because it's built now, so that'll be fine. So yeah, so that's what we're going to get built here. I did put some windmills in further along because obviously we've moved the woodworking shops away, so we could put some more windmills in there. So there are now 4 windmills in the centre. That's fine. And then this is all connected up here, and then we're going to build the gears because I think we've got 200 gears. So what I might also want to do is say, would you build? I didn't change the property of any of these. Oops. But what I might want to do is that, so we get planks and gears come in. Yeah. Okay. Cool. In fact, I might actually up the priority of planks and gears. At least a little bit, so we can get some planks and gears coming back in again. We're okay for planks. We're okay for gears right now, but they will very quickly go away. So, yeah. Okay. So we're going to leave this one here, and we will come back next time and carry on from there. This is going to take a bit of building, so I think I'm going to skip cycle 20 and go to cycle 21, and this will then be built, and then hopefully we'll be getting some planks and stuff in and gears in, and so we can start this going over here, because that's going to be needed, very much needed. Something else I should do as well over here is I should probably put in some things for, like, we've got plank storage. I should probably put in water storage and food storage and stuff. That's for later. I have paused the woodcutters for the moment because there's no point in having the woodcutters do anything there. Do you know what we'll do? Just before we bring this to a close, we will put in a scavenger flag there and a scavenger flag here, and then you can scavenge some scrap and start filling that with scrap, which would be awesome. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.